Earlier this year, Alice announced its rebrand from Act Defense as it looks to secure AI-powered interactions. In fact, the company says that it protects 3 billion people across social networks. I spoke with its CEO, Noam Schwartz, about what else factored into the rebrand. Take a listen.
A few years ago, when AI became a thing and everybody started using it and building products based on it, our market just exploded. Our TAM massively increased. For us, it feels that it happened like almost overnight. And we understood that our branding, our name is no longer what we are actually is. So after a process of a lot of reflection and thinking about who we are we for the market, what is the message that we want to send to everybody else, we thought about something new, something that is not dark, not cybery in what it says to everybody, is more like fun, more adventurous. This Alice, the Wonderland sphere, because everything can happen, bad things and great things. You can go into that door, you can go into that path, and we're helping our customers choose the right path so they can have the best adventure that they can have.
And you said you're solving huge problems for companies. What problems is Alice solving?
We're providing this security and safety and privacy layer on top of products that are being deployed in front of a lot of people. Think about the concept of communicative tech. When we talk with our machines, when we talk with our social networks, when we talk with enterprises using AI, there's a lot of bad things that could happen. And our company basically knows how bad looks like. Everything behind Alice is based on something we call the rabbit hole. Over almost a decade, we collected from the worst parts of the internet, the deep web, the dark web, samples of how bad content and behavior and illegal content, from money laundering to human trafficking, to malware, actually behaves. We created models that are able to detect that and stop that in real time. Now, on top of these things, we were able to convert that to protect AI models. And all of a sudden, this is what we do today.
All right. And for nearly a decade, you've been inside of that world of online harm and abuse. Have you seen patterns emerging before others have seen them? And what are they?
We constantly see the early signals of new trends that are threatening eventually the large population and the internet as a whole. So we're seeing new things happening, like one sign after another, and we can connect the dots to actually start with the fringe, start with threats just starting to happen, and translate that to protection at scale. So, for example, when we protect a chatbot for like a large pharmaceutical company, we actually know that somewhere online, a threat actor figured out a way to bypass their protections. And it happened once or twice, but we actually saw it happening. We were able to take those samples, even if it happened to one customer of ours, and deploy it to everybody else. So you don't need to see massive event, massive scale attack, and actually deploy that. It's enough that we saw it once, somewhere online, and immediately we're converting it into a large-scale protection that we give to our customers.
Would you say your technology is proactive rather than reactive? Yeah. And how important is it to get ahead of something before it spreads?
I don't believe you can get to that in any other way. Like if you want to be reactive and kind of like you see attacks happening all over the world and you're saying, okay, maybe it's time for us to protect ourselves as well, this is probably too late. You'll probably already been hacked, attacked. Also in AI, AI attacks are now not happening in a very noisy way. Like if your network was breached, it was either breached or not. And you know that it happened and data was stolen. When something happens with conversational tech with AI, it's not necessarily that obvious for everybody. It can hurt your brand, it can hurt your customers' privacy, it can slightly leak data that you don't want it to leak. It's not straightforward. So it's way more complicated to figure this out. You must be on top of the cutting edge of attacks, of the cutting edge of things that can happen. And the only way to do that is by proactive research, proactive search of things that are actually going wrong and converting that into a scaled solution that you can deploy on customers.
Thanks, Noam Schwartz, for that interview.